I was just going to be like spritzing around with this, but I mean, that's now changed the game completely, hasn't it? Hello, hi, how are you? I'm Robin, sit down there. Welcome back, or welcome to my YouTube channel. This little world right here is Man from Self. If you like hair product reviews, grooming, skincare, fragrance, and videos like this very one, then chances are you're gonna love it right here. Please do press subscribe right now. Okay, we're going handheld because I want to get out of here. This is my office, welcome, and it's very hot in here. We do have what I would call a heat wave. I'm Scottish, anything above 0 is just too hot. And I want to get out of here. I want to take you through and just get this moving a bit. I want to have a bit more energy to talk to you about a brand new launch from Creed. So this week I went to the launch of Creed Viking Cologne, which I'm very excited about. Creed is a brand that I don't really know. I know them from, I kind of had some misconceptions, I suppose. When I think of Creed, I think Creed Aventus, I think guys with like very tight trousers. Hi, if you wear tight trousers, gorgeous. And sort of like blazers that's very like going out to bars that you pay too much for. I just had like my own judgment on it, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, but we do that. So when I was invited to the Creed launch, I thought, okay, let's see how this is gonna go. So there is a Viking fragrance ready, but this is their cologne, eau de parfum. And I was very impressed with the whole kind of setup. It was nice to be out of this flat, although I'm really enjoying being in here, and going and drinking and chatting to people and just having actually quite a nice time, and then also getting this fragrance to have a play with. And having a play, I certainly have done. I've been sort of spritzing, trying. I wore it this morning to the gym. I asked my PT if he could smell it. I'm gonna tell you what he said. And I also, who else did I try it on? I had a meeting. I went out for a lunch meeting and I sprayed this and I asked. So yeah, this is the brand new one. And this came out in May. I wanna say the start of May. The whole thing on this is, it's perfect timing. We're into summer, it is hot in London. This probably won't last. I've already got this on my skin, I'm just gonna spray it again. This is very seasonal. This is really heavy on those citrus openings. It's got lemon, it's got mandarin, there's also bergamot, all this sort of juiciness that really does just take a dive up your beak. That's really what I thought when I first smelt it at the launch. I thought, wow, this is fragrance. Like this is citrus fragrance to the max. And with a citrus fragrance, I often find that citruses are so accessible. They are easy to wear. They're juicy. They're young. They're lively. They're effervescent. You know, they've got this movement, this bubbliness, and I think they are summer perfection. Like I just think they work so well. I don't think that they're hugely adventurous. Have a sip. And I do, oh, hello. And I do sometimes think they're maybe a little too safe. So I was thinking, am I gonna like this? I used to wear a lot of citruses when I was younger. And I think if you wear citruses, you like them on your skin, you like how they make you feel, always go for it. So first smelling this, I did think, ooh, like maybe we're too citrus. Mandarin in this, and I spoke about this when I spoke about M+ Mandarin. If you've not seen that video of my interview with Giza Sean from Eccentric Molecule, then I'm gonna link it up there. Have a click, have a watch. But Mandarin to me is like the juiciest of the citrus boys. It's almost like that sort of Satsuma Mandarin tangerine that you'd get in a stocking, you know, at Christmas. It just pops. And there's so much juice that kind of spurts out. And that's exactly what's in this. Even just with the bottle, a classic Creed bottle, but with a spritz, you've got a really wide spritz, which I love. And it just really does shoot out. And it's all that mandarin that really just drives itself out, jumps onto the skin and just wants to have a party. Now, that mandarin, that opening, that top, all the lemon, I don't get so much lemon, I don't get so much bergamot. There's a slight sourness to it, like the tiniest bit, but it is that mandarin. Now, when the mandarin is gone, and I would say it's like a sort of a 30 minutes to an hour. Once that's gone, you then get into this heart, which is far more green. There's rosemary, there's geranium. I'm pretty sure there's nutmeg in this. I do have the note somewhere. But for me, oh, there's also sage. For me, it is that sort of sage and rosemary. I've said before, and I'll say again, I love a rosemary. I love these herbaceous notes. I think they have loads of texture to them. I think it gives a fragrance movement. I think they're masculine and also feminine and whatever you want to be. But I think what I'm trying to say here is they have a purpose. They have a purpose. They knew who they are. They knew who they are. That is 2 sips now. They know who they are, and they just play well together with your Mandarin. And then when you're into the base for me is really light. So we don't have any of those sort of big names. There's no amber, there's frankincense. There's no amber, there's no oud, there's no leathers. It's a lot softer. There's sandalwood in this. I really like sandalwood. I think sandalwood is the softest, most sort of vibrant of the woods. I think, again, it sort of really does combine well with these citrus, juicy pops, and then with that rosemary and that sage. I think it works really well. And then there's also this cedarwood note, this patchouli and this vetiver. Patchouli, I love, and I think it's, I was talking to someone on the table, Ava, and we were talking about patchouli because that's what you do over dinner, and about how it can be really quite divisive. Patchouli is quite an earthy note, so I always think it gives it grounding. I think it gives it just something to kind of hook onto, and patchouli certainly does that. And then with vetiver, it's more like this sort of grassy note, which I think is beautiful. But I love patchouli. Again, I spoke about it in that interview with Giza, and just how patchouli just gives something so much weight, and that is what you're getting in this. In terms, oh look, they put my name on this. Adventure awaits Robin. I mean, that is nice. Thank you so much. I was just going to be like spritzing around with this, but I mean, that's now changed the game completely, hasn't it? But I do think that we really start in on that citrus kind of dance with the heart, and then the base is lesser so, but there is the warming sort of sandalwoods, just the woody base. I've just really been taken back by that. For me with this, I on a sort of scale, I would give this a sort of solid 4 stars. And I'm giving it a solid 4 stars, not because it's got my name on it, but because it's got my name on it and I truly do like it. I think the performance is fine. This is pretty expensive. I want to find the price for you. Pricing is 100 mils, £240, you're pricey. 50 mils, £175, which is standard sort of Creed play. I think if you are someone that likes Creed, I mean, this is very much a unisex fragrance. I mean, we're Britney Spears fantasy if you're a guy and you want to. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever just gives you something to wake up for and spritz that fragrance and go out. But this very much is in that sort of unisex spray if you want, go, go, go sort of vibe. And I think with my sort of preconceptions of Creed, of being these tight trousers and little loafer shoes and no socks, your feet sweat so much. I tried it yesterday and I just was like, I'm never doing this again. That sort of vibe that I have, I think is still Creed to a certain extent, but I think it does go deeper. And in terms of like the history and the heritage, I'm pretty sure this was 6th generation Creed master perfumer, Olivier Creed created this with his son Erwin. I really want to say that if I was listening. I do listen, but sometimes get a bit carried away with a drink. So like they do have history, they do very much are established. And I think this is a beautiful summer scent. Oh, is this a scent that I will be wearing? This will be the kind of thing that I kind of just want to reach for on those days that I need a pick-me-up, on a day that I want that citrus bang, something that's really just going to play on the skin. It's certainly not a calling card for me. I don't think it's so much a signature scent for me, but smelling this on someone's skin, I would think that they have more of a point of view than your sort of standard bergamots that we have in everything. It's fresh. It's also aromatic. It's got those citruses, and I do think it's beautiful. The performance, I'm a bit unsure about. The sort of the longevity on the skin I think is fine. I sprayed it on the day that we were at the launch, and I just let it kind of hang around and see what it was, and I came back to it and I could still smell it. The sillage I don't think is that great, so really that is what goes into the air. I wore this to the gym this morning and I asked my trainer, what do you think of my fragrance? And he said I can't smell it, and I was sweating heavily, so that should really be wafting off the skin. But if fragrance is for you, fragrance should be about how it makes you feel. So don't worry about your most complimented fragrances. Definitely done a video on that. Don't worry about your sexy fragrances. I've definitely done a video on that. Just think about how it makes you feel. So I like this as a launch. I was really pleased to get to know the guys from Creed. I'd love to go into their boutique and have a dig around. I know they've given me some little samples. But if there are other Creed fragrances you think I would like, or you think everyone else on the channel here, or anyone else on the channel here would like, then let me know in the comments below. But thank you. This room smells amazing, actually. It smells great with that and with this. But thank you very much for watching. If you're still into this, you've still not pressed subscribe then. Please do press subscribe right now. The button is there. There's also more video suggestions in there. Stay with me. Head to the products pages for fragrance. So many fragrances on there, right there. Until my next new video. Bye-bye.